Is it bad my brain kind of paused on like the 3 count? My brain like heard 3 and he was like, oh shit, start counting.
That happens.
Well, yeah, that is what you're supposed to do.
Windows XP.
Dude, but actually,
What if though?
What if though? Welcome, Justin. Do you wanna run the show? Or are you gonna tell them what we're doing today? This is all your idea. Come on.
Listen, you always host literally almost every episode unless you're absent. And I wasn't
today.
Oh shit, I wasn't prepared for
Dad's
this.
here this time.
Yeah, this dad
he's
is here.
not doing his job. It's my turn.
Although Brendan is mom.
Oh, Dad isn't here.
Dad is never here.
Dad's never here.
Dad is not here.
Speaking of Dad not being here,
We
They're
got
doing a
ourselves
tier
a
list.
dad tier list.
Hooray!
And moms.
We've
just
been
so we're
talking
clear.
about
We got
this.
occasional moms. No,
We've turned
But
the
bad dad sounds kind of
We
fun.
started with the idea of bad dads and have evolved it into just a general parents tier list now. Because we've run into, at this point, a wide variety of parental figures in this anime now. And we feel like it doesn't do justice to the good ones to only pull attention to the bad ones. So here we are.
Here we are.
Mhm.
We did it. We're here.
Before we get into it, I think we should give our special thanks to the people who helped us organize this.
very correct. Number 1, shout out to Mattis. We're literally using your template, so thank you. Also, shout out to Funky D. Loopy, another great helping hand. Also just shout out to everybody who's ever given us ideas ever. We love and appreciate you. We love plagiarizing your work.
Yeah.
For our own gain.
That's the name of our podcast, honestly.
One
We're
piece with
rebranding in the near
plagiarism.
future.
Just
No,
a
but
little
actually,
bit
though.
of plagiarism, though.
Just a little sprinkle, Keep it spicy.
We don't know how this is going to sound or how this will feel for the audience, but we will give the caveat. So we're doing a tier list with 5 categories. We've renamed the categories to have more fun with it. The top category will be angels on earth, meaning they are the best sort of parent. The next bottom down will be good parent, they do their best. Next down will be you definitely need work, followed by gone for milk and ciggies. And finally, in the bottom category, we have literally the Full Metal Dog Dad.
If you know, you know. If you don't know, God bless you.
If you know, you know.
Big
And
brother.
that's what we're going to be doing.
Edward, big brother.
Well, now that we
All right,
severely
Justin.
traumatized our audience members.
Why don't we start
Actually,
off with a classic?
All right,
Maybe
we're
the one
first-
who even started us all off.
We got
Yeah,
Yasop
this-
first on the bat, the pitch, whatever. I don't know sports.
This dad is near and dear to my heart. Can I tell you, I am so fucking glad that we get to do this and so I can put his ass in the trash where he fucking belongs.
Okay.
Sorry, continue.
I feel like now, while what he's done is bad, I feel like this is a good place to start because he is a textbook example of gone for milk and ciggies.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're on the same page here.
I don't think that there's any other position to put him, honestly.
Because he has not actively harmed Usopp. Like, he has not gone out of his way to, like, beat Usopp with a baseball bat or something. He just left and
Is it
never came
there?
back. He's just not there.
He's just vacant.
He's just
Yes.
absent. And that's a perfect milk and ciggies starter point.
I think we've started at the perfect spot.
He is quintessential to your Gone for Milk and Siggy starter pack.
Jigs Christian.
Wow, I can't believe we haven't fucking argued yet.
What?
I mean,
we're
we've
one deep.
done one.
There's plenty of time. There's plenty of opportunity for.
We get through the first one, and Justin's like, "Wow, I'm surprised we haven't spent 20 minutes on this."
I mean,
Prelude to 10 minutes ago arguing about
No.
some nonsense.
When we start with
Dylan,
Yasop, that's
Dylan,
easy.
fast forward, play a clip of us arguing in like 20 minutes from now.
Except it won't even be about the parents. It'll be about fucking nothing.
Coca-Cola again.
Oh God,
Yeah,
stop.
probably. Don't even get me started. What do we got next, Justin?
All right, next on the... I'm trying to make a baseball analogy, and I just forgot how baseball works. What do you do when you
Next
step
up to the plate.
Stop doing baseball. Just it's dragon.
Don't tell me what to do. You're not my dad.
Exactly.
Oh shit! Wait.
Speaking of dad,
We got Dragon next up on the list here. All right, personally, he's probably also
on.
kind of he emanates the Gone for Milk and Siggy's energy, but I think he has shown glimpses of actual fatherly nature skills. I don't know, y'all want to word it.
Where?
Not with Luffy, that's for sure. Mostly Sabo and his, I guess, other people he runs into. So I genuinely believe we could bump him up to you need work. However,
he saved Luffy that one time too when Luffy was about to die.
That
He
is
saved
correct.
him.
Nah.
He was there when he needed him the most.
I was pretty hard in the camp of gone for milk and ciggies because at the end of the day, this is a parents tier list. I don't really give a fuck about what kind of person they are outside of being a parent for the means of this tier list. So in my mind, he's definitely gone for milk and ciggies. I guess there was that one time he saved Luffy from
There was that
smoker.
one time he was actual parent.
Are we going to bump his ass up because of the one day that he came and saw his child? One fucking day.
He was.
I mean,
I
it was
you know,
pretty
I-
clutch.
I
kinda
brought this
necessary.
up, but I think he definitely still belongs in the milk and ciggies category because outside
of
of
milk and ciggies.
he did that one thing, but like Luffy still doesn't know that he was the one who did that.
Right. Like, in fact,
He
it
was
was
the
when
equivalent
Garp
of
said
paying
it.
alimony.
Yeah, he did. It was like he dropped off the child support at his ex-wife's house but didn't like leave the birthday present behind either. He just kind of like walked
He
away.
kept the bicycle that he was going to give.
He ate
Now,
he ate the
I'll
cake
give
on
you
the way
this.
over.
He can be in the high bracket of gone for milk and ciggies. How about that? He's above Yasop,
Okay,
but
I'm okay with that.
He's on the cusp of breaking into you need work.
Yeah, like if he had just shown up to like that one birthday party or something, he'd be in the you need work category at least. But
yeah, for sure.
yeah, this feels good. I feel this.
Okay, Justin, who do we have next?
We have Gold Roger next. Now, this is definitely a man I think who is perfect for you need work tier. All right, I think he genuinely tried to be a father for Ace, but a combination of he was literally going to die. He was going to die. Like he had some type of disease or whatever. And then, just the world hunting him. And he was like, it's not safe for me to be with my son. I think he's solid, like, I guess technically middle of the pack, like there's always room for improvement. But you didn't really like
never there
abandon
for
him.
his birth. Like he was dead before his birth.
I think that this is a hard because he didn't. Okay, I think when you're gone for milk and ciggies, if you don't mind, I think that there needs to be the active choice of being like, I choose not to be in my child's life.
Correct.
And I feel like the choice can't be made until after they're born, at least, if that makes sense. Perhaps, maybe not.
Maybe the argument I thought you were going to make,
credit.
I don't agree with that.
I feel like you can actively make the choice before the birth, but
Correct.
you can definitely like if your wife is pregnant, you go see ya. Like that's that's a
Okay,
gone for milk
yeah.
and ciggies moment for sure. But,
Right? Okay, that's fair.
but I'm with Justin here. I think on the you need work category because Gold Roger he's an honorable man, and he seems like he would have wanted to be with his child. He also sought the best possible answer he could think of for Ace's upbringing at the same time. So even before the child was born, he had already started that college fund and was planning for Ace's future by leaving him in the hands of the hero of the Navy, Garp, where
That's just pushing me towards good parent does their best because he did his best before he died.
Man,
I don't know. It depends on how much credit we want to give him, knowing he was on his death's door. Like we don't even know as an audience whether or not he would have lived to see Ace get born before inevitably dying or whatever.
Well, even if we remove
we knew
that.
he was dying, but we don't know when that death was supposed to happen. He still chose to give his life up before becoming said parent.
Well, I also think
guess.
we can't forget the fact that my man was being hunted, and he knew what could have happened to Rouge and Ace if the Navy ever found out about the relationship. So he had to hightail it out of that little shindig town or whatever before anybody started putting two and two together or whatever. So I think I didn't think Devin would be coming in here trying to sway me for a higher tier, but I think I've been swayed just a little bit.
I'm still kind of on the you need work, but I guess if I'm alone in my camp, I don't know.
Because it's just Gold Roger is such a special case for everything. I feel like he wasn't really given the opportunity to be a good dad. Because, like, let's say he sticks around. Rouge and Ace don't make it out. We don't even know if Ace really gets a chance to be born at that point.
Can I be the real devil's advocate?
no.
You probably shouldn't be a parent then if you're not ready for a kid.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think signs point to he could have been a good parent and did his best, but we don't. That is pure speculation, and I think we need to put him in the you need work category because of what the things that we actually saw out of him.
I can live with that.
I stand by this. All right, we did it. We've compromised. Gold Roger, you're on the higher end, but you're still you need work. Maybe one day. Maybe one day you'll get there. I don't know.
You were cheated out of
one day when you revive from the dead, and only to find out that your son is now dead. And, maybe they're chilling the afterlife, though. Maybe they're living it up somewhere.
I hope so.
Maybe they're sharing a beer at like the cantina in heaven right now.
Son, why do you have a hole in your chest? Why are you missing your head?
Oh God, stop!
Oh no, here we go.
Next,
All right,
next.
Justin.
Next.
Who's next?
we got
Bellemere.
Bellemere.
Oh, Bellemere.
Bellemere.
All right, I'm just gonna say it. I will not settle for anything other than an angel on earth. I fucking love this woman.
Yeah, that
That's pretty
feels
slam
pretty
dunk.
appropriate, I think.
Okay, good. I just want to. I mean, is there anyone want to be like, nah? I don't know. Giving your life for your children's survival doesn't really feel like a good thing for a parent to do. Does anyone have that take?
Well, I mean, all I'm saying is she could have pulled the trigger when she had that gun in Arlong's mouth that whole time, you know?
Yeah.
And it would have totally killed him, right?
Sure.
Yeah, that totally would have worked.
I mean, that's how you beat anybody with like really tough skin, right? You just go for the inside.
Yeah.
But sure, yeah. You know, let's when you see a giant walking fish dude barge on your front door asking you for money, why don't you go ahead and pull out your gun?
Yeah,
and hope
but
that
like when
works
he
for you?
also is
the
arrogant,
Second Amendment's
when
for.
he's also arrogant enough to
damn
let
it.
you put the gun in his mouth, like you pull the trigger, right? You don't. There's no hesitation.
If he's arrogant enough to let me do that, I'm assuming he knows that's not going to hurt him. He's
Well,
either
like,
going to
you gotta try,
superhuman
right? Like,
strength.
Try. It's
you
called a
gotta
bluff.
try. Come on.
Call the bluff.
Personally, I would be stricken with fear and shitting my pants. I would not be doing a goddamn thing.
But this isn't you. We're talking about Bellemere, son. She's a fucking certified badass.
She is a fucking certified badass. She did everything she could to protect her children, and that is what we are basing these metrics off of. And I will do nothing but give her angel on earth for that exact metric.
You have no dissenting opinions from me.
This is
I'm putting it there.
yes. Put her there. She earned it.
We did it. Yes.
Our
Yes.
first angel.
We are doing so much less arguing than I thought we would be doing at this.
I feel like
Definitely
we'll
game.
get there eventually.
There's a couple coming.
Devin's waiting for a particular name to pop up.
He's got one in his crossfires, you could tell.
Yeah, we've got the pictures lined up here on the bottom of the tier list. So we've got a preview. It's just a matter of where we go with this. We're kind of sticking to the order right now, but we can always jump around if anyone has any.
Nah, that's too chaotic for me. I like
Because
order.
I see
Just go
one
in line.
picture here in particular, and I'm wondering what it's doing here, but
We'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll get there when we get there. Don't worry about
we'll
it.
get there.
Who do we got next, Justin?
We got Olvia. This is also just hard cut definition of milk and ciggies. Like, bro,
Is this a hard cut milk?
I
and
don't think this
Siggies?
is a hard cut milk and ciggies.
are we saying she's lower
the-
than that?
For the people out there, who is this?
This is almost said Olivia's mom. This is Robin's mom. Holy.
Yes.
I don't feel like Gone for Milk and Siggies is fair.
What do you mean?
'Cause
She was
Her-
literally
okay.
gone for the child's whole life.
She abandoned her child for work.
Let me compare like what she did to what Yasop did. But a guy I fucking hate to my core, right? Yasop
Sounds like a biased opinion there.
paid zero fucking mind to his kid. He was like, when the ocean calls, it calls. He was like, I'm going to put myself before everybody. Olvia sort of saw a high calling for the people of Ohara, also wanted like all this history to be unknown because she knows like the government and like the world at large is kind of fucking shady. And the best thing she did for her kid, or she tried to do the best for her kid, left her with her brother and a shitty in-law, which she definitely should have been real sussed on, or left Robin with the old fucker in the library or whatever, but I guess she didn't want to expose her. She tried to make some decent compromises. Did she leave? Yes. I would say for a much more noble purpose and attempted to facilitate the needs of her kid in addition to meeting those aims. Do you feel differently?
Yes. I think, maybe the intention were there or whatever, but like she just missed the mark so heavily that I personally cannot place her any higher.
Wow. I don't think I can't put her in Gone for Milk and Siggy's, but I mean, I'll hear anybody else's positions on this right now. I'm on You Need Work. I could be swayed to Good Parent even.
You're
all the arguments.
No. You're an animal for that one. She's not a good parent.
Not a good parent
fair enough.
whatsoever.
I'm going to refer to your statement earlier about don't have kids if you're not ready for this.
That's very true.
Wow, we're going to get so
true.
many DMs on Twitter about us being fucking boomers. I hate it.
I'm torn because I see both sides. She is literally gone for Milk and Siggy's. She's gone kaput.
She left for work.
Out of Robin's life completely. But I see Brendan's part about like trying to do as much as she could for Robin before leaving, and like the noble higher cause thing, that like that's true, but that has nothing to do with being a parent.
Agreed. That's fair.
Which is why we left Dragon. Which is why we left Dragon in the Milk and Siggy's category, because he might be a nice guy, but to Luffy he was gone.
I would say that she's just above Dragon because she actually came back and like did a motherly thing, which is show emotion.
She also denied the idea that she was Robin's parent in front of her.
There's also that too.
But it was to protect her. It was to protect her.
Yeah, hold on.
So like the two sides kind of negate each other there.
Like, I could be misremembering, but she was definitely jazzed to see Robin when she first got there, right?
She was very excited.
Until she was like, oh, wait, I'm being hunted, and if I tell them that she's my daughter, she's big fucking dead.
I think I can put her in You Need Work, but we leave her towards the bottom end for with probably nobody going above her. She's like so finely riding the line. Between the two,
so far down the uni. Okay,
her ankle's still in Gone for Milk.
She's riding the line more than any character that I can think of off the top of my head. Even like glancing at the list we have here, but I feel like I can leave her in You Need Work because she still like legitimately loved and showed affection for her daughter when she was there for even however brief it was.
I feel like this is a fair take. I can be satisfied with that. Is there dissenting opinion?
No, I agree.
Is anyone strongly feeling like she needs to remain in the Gone for Milk and Siggy's?
I am the lone voice of hard Gone for Milk and Siggy's. I've been outvoted here.
All right. Well, let the record show she's at the bottom of You Need Work, and there will be very low likelihood of anyone being below her in the You Need Work category going forward.
Yeah, I think anybody that we would say would be below Olvia should just probably go in Milk and Siggy's at that point. On to the next.
Right. Who do we got, Justin?
We got my favorite. I was trying to make a joke. My brain's stuck.
You can do it. You can do it.
My favorite email service powered by Microsoft, Outlook the Third.
There you go. You did it.
Hashtag not sponsored.
I knew you had it in you, my guy. Can you tell the folks at home who Outlook is? Because they're not going to fucking know.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. This is the dude who is Sapo's dad. Yeah, that guy sucked. Like
Tucker
just flat out, he sucked.
Tucker tier.
This has got to be the first Full Metal Dog Dad.
Full Metal
tier.
Dog Dad. It's
Absolutely.
I mean, I think we're all in unanimous opinion on this.
Yeah, this is an easy like actively
emotional abuse 101.
Yeah, manipulation at its finest.
Doesn't really care about his son's wants and needs because he just cares about status. Actively try to kill his son's only friends.
Adopts a whole other kid to replace his actual kid.
Saw kid get more or less executed and did not even flinch. He was like, well, at least I got my backup. Come on. What was backup's name? Shelly?
Who cares?
Stelly with a T, by the way.
Stelly.
Stelly.
Jeez. Yeah, no, this is an easy garbage tier dad, right? Garbage tier parent.
down in the fucking Full Metal list. Get the fuck out of here. Sorry, the dog dad from Full Metal or whatever.
All right.
Eat the rich
Moving on.
kids.
Eat the rich indeed. Who's our next dad, Justin?
Speaking
got-
of the rich.
This is you're not wrong. We got Vivi's dad,
Not wrong.
Nefertari Cobra. Where do
I
I
think
put
this
him?
is a solid good parent. They do their best.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't see this as anything else.
Correct.
He is not a perfect parent. He's not a perfect human being. He made choices as both parent and king of Alabasta. Agree or disagree with some of his decision making. He is attempting to do his best as a parent under most circumstances. I think he's the poster child of this bracket, I would say.
That feels very fair. I think you've pretty much put into words everything that I was thinking.
All right, now this one I have. Okay, I'll go ahead, Justin. Who's our next dad?
This person doesn't have a name because they're not a person. It's Chopper's dad.
Chopper's reindeer dad.
Biological dad, if you will.
Yes, Chopper's biological dad.
Yes.
Full
Has
metal
to go in the
dog
dumpster,
dad.
right?
This guy.
Yeah, he has to.
Fuck
Full,
this. Okay,
the
so
bottom. The
No.
bottom. He
So this is-
physically beat the shit out of him and kicked him out. Bottom
but
tier.
here's
if
my
there's
question.
A tier below this, it would be tier, and that's where he would belong.
I have a single question.
Oh no.
What is worse as a Full Metal Alchemist dog dad? Wanting to keep your kid for the potential for future manipulation, or kicking your kid out of your life so that you never have to deal with them again? What is a worse thing to do as a parent? I might even argue that our favorite Microsoft service Outlook is the worst dad because he abused his kid and actively sought out trying to maintain hold of him so that he could use him for future endeavors.
I agree.
Go on. Sorry, go on.
I do agree with everything you just said. I am also somewhat biased in my agreement with like the caveat of like Outlook is an actual human being allegedly. Chopper's dad is just a reindeer, and reindeer brain went, that dude has a blue nose. That looks sus as fuck. We gotta get him out of the pack.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna allow. We're not gonna let fucking Darwin get in here and sway our fucking positions out here. Okay, he's either dead or he ain't. I don't know about that.
I agree with your assessment. These are just my conclusions. How I got there.
I think I'm gonna say this. Chopper Outlook, while there was all of these layers of emotional and mental manipulation going on here, he's still providing like shelter and sustenance and the ability to survive
bare
to
bones
Sabo.
of the hierarchy of needs.
Chopper's dad literally left him to die.
Okay, I guess that's kind of fair.
He kicked him out. He kicked like a 3-month-old out on the street and said, "Good luck."
Ooh, you're speaking a lot of sense here.
Now,
you
I
are
guess
making sense, but like
Justin almost swayed me with the whole like nature thing where like, oh, that's the runt of the litter. This isn't worth my time and effort as someone who barely survives a bear attack anyway. Now I have to look after this stupid thing that isn't going to survive a year anyway. Like, it almost convinced me, but
I
even
feel
still,
like you've convinced me even more of my stance now. I'm like, listen, I think for whatever reason, I personally think Outlook's mental and emotional abuse outweighs Chopper's dad just like leaving.
Death?
Yeah, honestly. Mostly because
it's always better to be alive.
I genuinely believe that like Reindeer Chopper could have made it. I
But
genuinely
you're also
believe
forgetting the fact that the reason why his dad kicked him out is because he looked to him an abomination.
that is correct.
That is much more mentally scarring, in my opinion.
Maybe I'm giving too much credit to just simple animal brain working here.
I think that I was unswayed from my initial thought process. I think Christian has a good point. It is barely better as a parent to allow your kid to live under very minimal bare bones shelter environment versus essentially trying to kill your own kid. I think he might have got it.
I can't really argue against that.
So, all right. So therefore, Chopper's dad is bottom of the barrel, and he will probably stay there.
That's another one that probably won't change. He literally left his kid to die.
This was my only like thought processed argument was, is it worse to choose to fuck your kid up so that you might get ahead later, or just fuck your kid up But I think, yeah, if you're trying to kill your kid, that's a big fuck off. All right. Who's next, Justin?
We got is it our first? Okay, no. Our third mom. And in my personal opinion, the best mom on this entire list, we got Dadan. She is angel on earth tier, and I will not hear anything
that
else.
Hold on. I like Dadan, but I think Bellemere is definitely better than Dadan.
Yeah, I could agree with this.
See, in my opinion, I feel like Dadan sits in the good parent does their best because
I agree.
They weren't capable of giving more.
Not necessarily that they weren't capable, but she chose on almost every occasion to not. She ignored
she's not an
them.
Angel on earth. Like emotionally towards the end, yes, but she still kind of neglected them because stepchildren. So like she did the bare minimum.
She ran into a whole forest fire, fought like a mafia boss essentially. I don't know, man. This is the hard. You're not convincing me yet.
She's very hard on good parent does their best. Probably not angels because she didn't. I think she transformed into a parent, right? After she had kids to deal with, she was like, okay, you know what? I've grown some emotional attachment. She's learned how to be a caregiver. I don't think that she ever wanted to be a caregiver, right? That was a part of her character development from the get-go. I'm not saying she's a bad caregiver, and I'm not saying she's like a bad role model for any of the boys or whatever. But at the end of the day, she was kind of forced into the role, and she definitely didn't find her stride until by the tail end of Luffy's backstory that we got. By that measure, I would say they were a very good parent or a good parent, but probably not an angel on earth.
I agree.
I wish I could disagree. Dadan, I hope you know I really tried my best. I was really rooting for you, girl. Next election period, I promise we'll get you up there.
Now, I do want to ask, is she a better parent than Cobra or a worse parent than Cobra?
I would say no. I would say Cobra is definitely...
I think so as well, for the same reasons as before. He chose to be a parent and has stuck to his guns on that for the majority of Vivi's existence. Dadan still is like trying to figure out what it means to be a caregiver.
God damn it, you're right. I hear it here.
I agree. Dadan very begrudgingly took up the role of, I mean, not even begrudgingly, it was forced upon her.
Yeah, it was
in the
forced
beginning.
upon her
and then
because fucking Garp.
Over time was still very begrudgingly taking care of these kids. She was giving them like a bowl of rice every day for a long time until Ace decided he'd had enough and learned how to fend for himself. And then he meets Sabo and they become self-sufficient, and then Luffy comes along and yada, yada, yada. So I think Dadan she earns the good parent tier, but is not above Cobra by any means.
Totally agree.
Fair enough. All right, next up on the list, we got the man, the myth, the absolute legend, Whitebeard.
Angel on Earth.
Absolutely.
I
the
think
top
it's
angel on Earth, in my opinion.
I think, yes.
It doesn't get much higher.
God damn it.
God damn it. You can't do this to me.
He wants to be your dad. He's not even your dad, and he wants to be your dad.
He wants to be everyone's
him in
dad.
the chest, and he still wants to be your father.
Yeah.
That is true.
He is the ultimate dad.
I got to agree. I think just by sheer force of will and like of being a parental figure to large amounts of children, he just has to beat Bellemere too. Unfortunately, I say that with a heavy heart.
Yeah, I feel somehow it feels wrong to do this to Bellemere. But at the same time, like, there's just too much evidence pointing towards Whitebeard being like the most model father you could possibly talk about.
I think maybe what I find interesting is that like Whitebeard even establishes himself as like a flawed character as a parent or just in general, and yet he is still just absolutely clearing the competition.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of it, right? Like being able to recognize your own flaws, but still try to be better despite them. Like that's the mark of a good person in general. And then he is also father to all of these people. So I think it must be done. I think Whitebeard's got to be the top of the list.
doesn't get much higher.
I want to interrogate you about this a little bit. What feels so wrong about having to place him above Bellemere for you?
I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's just.
I think there's still a mindset that Bellemere gave her life to save her children, and she knew that was the only outcome.
But so did Whitebeard.
Hold on. He would come to bat for any of his kids, but he didn't know he was going to die for any of them until the battle started, or he was in the middle of the battle. Maybe he always wanted to go there to die and save Ace, which evidently did kind of happen. But I do feel like Bellemere was more like, okay, somebody, either both my kids die or I die. I choose my kids. And Whitebeard was just kind of like, well, I'm going to do everything I can to fuck these guys up while my kids get out. I guess maybe there might be a slight difference with how you came to terms with your final act that sort of changes the game. But Whitebeard's still just a model guy. I don't know.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think what it comes down to, like, you remember everything that happens with Nami's backstory, especially once Arlong shows up at the house and everything that goes down. But Bellemere she's a more flawed character than Whitebeard is. She goes through more of these phases where she shows that she's still not really ready to be a parent, but she does it because it's the right thing to do by these kids. So, but whereas Whitebeard actively goes out and takes under his wing all of these people who are broken and battered and makes them more or less whole again, you know? He goes out there because he does it for the love of people, whereas Bellemere she's doing it for the love of these two kids, but would she take in, 18 crews of pirates worth of people? Probably not.
Yeah, would she foster mother another 9 set of kids?
Yeah.
I can't imagine she would, only because she recognizes that she can only feed so many mouths.
Yeah. So by
Which
that
doesn't make her a bad parent. It just,
still an angel by all accounts.
Whitebeard's out here, being a parent to islands.
Yeah.
Actually, though.
Yeah. But I think that's enough on that. We've sucked off Whitebeard enough now. Let's
Never enough.
Let's move on to someone who deserves it much less, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
We got Sanji's.
Who do we got next?
Non-biological father, Redfoot
The
Zeph.
man, the myth, the legend, the Picklefoot Red
The
Zeph.
Picklefoot himself.
The Picklefoot himself.
It's Pickle Zeph.
I have initial thoughts.
Go on.
I feel like he's a bit of a mental abuser. I still think that he is a good role model and he does want the best for Sanji, but he's like that standard tough dad. You know what I'm talking about? Like the one that tries to if you walk up to your dad at 5 years old and say, "Hey, I scraped my elbow," he'll be like, "Fucking rub some dirt in it." That's Zeph, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that within the bounds of his parental style, I could see him as good parent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like his parental style, but I do think that within his field, he is a good parent.
I would agree because he also did, something a good parent would do, which is, when they were both starving on that island, he didn't eat. He gave all the food to the kid.
Well, yeah, there's also that.
He sacrificed literally a leg for him.
Yeah, okay. Well, there's also that. I'm thinking more along the lines of after he became a parent, is he good or bad?
If my dad sacrificed his leg for me, I would understand why he's a little sour towards me once in a while.
All right, that seems like a not good thing to say.
It's not good, but I understand it.
That's not the mark of a good parent.
No, but the fact that he went out of his way and did that.
Right,
he didn't have to feed him.
It's what you said after that. The part where if he was angry at me a little bit because of his
sacrifice, we should
understand.
Not.
I would understand. No, there's a difference between praising him for sacrifice and being a dick afterwards. It's just I would understand it more.
No, I got you.
Just
Brendan came in here talking all of that, and I thought he was about to say that he needs to go in the "you need work" category for all of it.
That's what you
made it sound
he's
like.
Worked hard enough.
No,
okay,
yeah,
I thought that you guys were gonna throw his ass in the bottom of the barrel. I'm gonna be honest.
No.
You know who these people are.
I thought for sure. When I saw Zeph that I was pretty confident I was putting him in good parent tier because he does all that when on the island for Sanji. It comes back. He's a bit rough around the edges, but like he teaches Sanji how to cook. Gives him a house gives him skills for the future. He has a house, he has food, so on and so forth. And then at the end of the arc, he's very encouraging of Sanji going out and following his dreams when Sanji doesn't want to. Like, Sanji wants to keep himself stuck in the norm and be comfortable, but Zeph's like, bro, like, you're not gonna get to all blue by serving food at my floating restaurant. Like, this is an opportunity to go like realize your dream, even if it is kind of like outlandish. Like, at least go see if it's real or not. Like, get out there. And so, like, for that reason, I feel like he's a good parent.
I agree with everything Brendan said. Zeph has proven to himself within the context and confines of his character arc, his narrative, his results, if you will. He is good parent. Both me and Brendan just would not agree with the methods utilized throughout time.
Now, I think this is the only final question. Where within the good parents?
I think he's better than Dadan.
I also agree. I think Zeph is like,
because he chose it. Like,
he is like first step above Dadan currently.
He did. The moment he met Sanji and he realized like with their situation, he's like, well, this kid's not going to be able to fend for himself. I got to look out for him. That's a bro. Now, okay, well, is he better than Cobra?
Not even a little bit.
No better.
I wouldn't
than
say so.
Not even a little bit.
You think Cobra would eat a leg for Vivi?
I think he would eat.
Well, all right.
Well, I'm asking the questions here. Would Cobra eat a leg for Vivi?
I don't think he would ever end up in a position like that.
Well, I don't think Zeph
was legit crucified one time trying to like save his country. I don't know, like I think eating his own leg was on the table at some point.
I feel like at the end of the day, if it really came down to it, Cobra would do some extreme things for Vivi. Yeah. Whether that includes eating a leg or not, I don't know. But
I think you do. I mean, I think he kind of semi-proved that they would do crazy things to like for his country.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day,
we're basing off his dadness.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, that's illustrating the implication that he would do far more above and beyond for his daughter, let alone his country. You know what I mean?
I think this is right. I think Zeph in between Cobra and Dadan is right.
Mm-hmm, I feel like that's fair. I think we are all in alignment. This is good.
Next,
all right. Next, we have Garp. Now, personally, I want to throw this man in the trash can, but I could not do that in good faith.
He does not deserve that much.
He does not.
Justin, no, I disagree with all y'all.
Yeah?
I think he belongs in the trash can.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Go on. I'm ready to hear it.
He belongs there and he's earned it. Here's my reasons. First off, the time that he did spend with the kids, he was abusive. He forced them to damn near survive for their life. Secondly, he gaslit them and got pissed off when he put them in a bad environment with a parent that didn't want to be with them and expected higher of them without giving them the support needed to get them to the goals that he was expecting of them. So his expectations were extremely high, mentally abusive, and he was physically abusive.
I think he's speaking a lot of facts.
I thank you, Devin, for having my back here. Thank you for putting me on the right path. I want to add one more thing, and it's the reason I really dislike Garp. I don't know when I'll ever give him for this. Same as the Don. He chose his job over saving Ace, and that is unforgivable to me.
That too.
That is.
I still don't know if I necessarily think, because at the end of the day, you're not putting enough responsibility in Ace's hands, right? He knew what he was doing. He can make his own fucking decisions, right? I think you're giving a lot of
Garp
flack
set him up
Garp.
to fail
So
from the very beginning.
That's fair. Now, that is an argument I can understand. But I don't like this mentality that we want to blame Garp for Ace's death. Ace made his own decisions. Now, Garp didn't help give him meaningful means of like setting good expectations for himself. That's fair. But I don't like. Justin just wants to blame Garp for Ace's death. And
did Garp have the ability to save Ace in those instances? Yes. Ace did not give himself Ace did not lend himself any credit in his own escape, though. He made a lot of very poor decisions leading up to his capture, and then afterwards, when he was like actually got a chance to just leave, you know. So but everything else I agree with. I was feeling Milk and Siggy's before Devin started speaking, but everything Devin said made me want to put him in Full Metal Dog Dad tier. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I don't know if I can put this man below either Dragon or Yasop. That feels ingenuine to me.
No,
because he was present. He tried to be present.
But when he was present, he was abusive.
Also, when he was present,
he sat next to the fire and had meat with his kids more than once.
Time. He yelled at them for what they wanted to do, and then neglected them when they.
What you're saying
left.
sounds exactly like what Zeph did to Sanji's upbringing, though. He was a tough dad.
No,
right?
that is being a tough father versus an abusive father are completely different. Zeph let his child do what he wanted. This one actively went out of his way to try and beat his ideals into the children without being present. And not even giving them the foundation to become an ideal person in his mind.
So you think Garp's parental strategy? I'm not saying it's good, by the way. He's down here in the bottom of the area. We're just talking
Garp's
semantics.
Parental strategy is the worst scum parental strategy, in my opinion.
You think he's?
I don't know if I follow you that much.
I think you're a little. I think you're a little aggressive on it. So you're telling me, this is all I want to know. You think that what Garp did as a parental figure was worse than a dad who leaves and up and just evacuates from their child's life?
Absolutely, I agree with that personally.
Yes.
Wow, really?
See, I want to disagree, but like the idea that he keeps coming back only to leave again just would give a child hope only to take it away again. And only to return
he's
it.
Better than Dragon. He at least did something. He did something.
Yeah, but
I can respect that if it wasn't so detrimental.
You make it sound like that's all he did. No, he sat by the fire and had dinner with them all the time.
After beating them all day and throwing them in the woods.
And then they would nap on his fucking back and they'd all have a great time and a laugh about it. They were all having a great time.
That sounds like a manipulation and abuse to me.
Sounds like Stockholm Syndrome a little bit, but moving on from that.
I don't know,
I can agree that
man.
Garp tried, quote unquote. I think his attempts and strategy were just really detrimental, and in fact were just worse as an option than, pulling a Yasop and just leaving.
Like I'm not trying to give him much. I'm just trying to say he's better than Dragon and Yasop.
I don't know. After today's arguments, I think he is probably a step below them so far. I think Garp is the best of the Full Metal Dog Dad tier, I could not.
I wouldn't even put him above in that tier. Or not the best. I don't even think he'd be worth the best, in my opinion.
The's no way he's worse than
Chopper's
dad.
He's not worse than Chopper's dad.
No. He's between Chopper's dad and Sabo's dad, is my opinion.
Right.
Would I even agree with that?
Sabo's dad put him in a position where he wanted him to be. He tried to set the foundation of what he wanted his child to be. The other one put him in the complete opposite.
Well, that's still
area
no. Sabo, Outlook was definitely still trying to force his own idea for Sabo's
100%.
future onto him. They're equivalent there.
I'm saying is that his Sabo's dad knew what he was doing, while what's it called? Garp's dad, or Garp was intentionally expecting the best while throwing them in the worst scenario. Sabo was living in
if anything, you just convinced me that he's better than Outlook, because now you've made it sound like Outlook knew exactly what he was doing as a shitty dad.
I agree with that. I think Outlook was very much just looking to maintain status, and his son was simply a tool for that, which is a fact.
Garp saw the kids as at least like kids. He might not have had a good strategy to be a parent, and he was not a very good role model, but he at least let them be kids.
Okay,
I refuse to put Garp below Outlook. He's 100% above Outlook.
I agree.
Not a shred of doubt.
I will secede.
Now, I still don't know how I feel about this. Putting him in Full
there.
Metal Dog Dad.
Put him in the coffin.
I just don't. What do you say, Christian? I need you to put a vote in here. I still feel like
I'm more torn on this than I thought I would be.
I feel like he's in Gone and Milk and Siggy's above Dragon and Yasop. I feel like I can't put him anything lower than that. I think I just have a difference of opinion with Justin and Devin here, and I can concede that. So I think you have to be the tiebreaker or make a tie, and then we don't know what we do next.
Coin flip it, I guess. I could potentially tie-break the tie-break. I don't know. I could be slightly swayed, but let's see what Christian says.
I agree with both sides of the argument here. When I look at who is in both tiers, right? We got Dragon Yasop and Milk and Siggy's, but then Outlook and Chopper's dad in Full Metal Dog tier. And I just feel like if you were put Garp on a scale, he would be closer to a Yasop or Dragon level dad than an Outlook or a Chopper's dad. And so for that reason, I feel like he deserves to just go on the bottom of Milk and Siggy's tier.
Man. Wow, that's wild to me, man. Garp, I did my best, dog.
For the sake
syndrome.
of not making
Maybe I'm
find some
Stockholm,
wild
yeah.
tiebreaker, I agree with Christian. I think for me, Garp is on the line of bottom of Milk and Siggy's and top of Dog Dad tier. He's showing the line for the sake of not dragging this out any longer. I agree with what Christian said. Bottom of Gone for Milk and Siggy's is where he is. He will stay there. I think we all can agree on this, or at least part ways with this here.
I think we're good. I think that's enough for that.
All right.
So just so we're all clear, it's better to not be a dad at all than to even bother trying. Glad we got there.
Listen, some might respect you for trying. If you're just causing more harm, unfortunately, retroactively, you just, that's just how life goes,
I don't know. More harm can be subjective. I mean, I don't know. It's not like he's coming home with
very much.
It was not objective. He's not coming in, drunk off his ass, looking for Luffy and Ace to beat the shit out of. He was just trying to teach them valuable lessons as children, albeit very poorly. But
and also setting them up for failure, in my opinion.
All right, moving
in
on.
his eyes.
All right, we're moving on.
We gotta move this along.
We got Tom.
Garp was the most divisive by a mile, I think.
Not where I thought we would be. Well, so we got Tom next on the
Justin,
docket.
remember that time you said, "Hey, why aren't we arguing enough?" Hey, Jordy, this is the point.
We did it. We got here. Now we can stop.
All right, what do we got, Justin?
So we got Tom. We got Tom from Back in Water 7. He is Frankie's, more or less adoptive father figure. I think Tom is pretty high up on the list. I don't know where I'd put him though.
I think he's Angel, honestly.
I think he's low tier Angel on Earth. Does anyone else feel the same or differently?
I can live with
agree.
that.
I agree.
What about you, Christian?
I think
right.
I'm good there.
I think he's a solid contender. I think for the same reasons I would put Bellemere here. She, made a decision to choose to be this foster parent in the situation that they were in, and very clearly showed that he values the lives of his children over his own. And even after completing his magnum opus and saying, this is when I get my get out of jail free card, he's like, hey, give them the get out of jail free card and you can just take my ass instead. It was like, good for you, Tom.
The only way I would ever say that, or the reason I would ever put him above Bellemere, is the fact that he gave his kids the skills to, do more in the future versus Bellemere, in my opinion.
Yeah, but they were also too young.
Exactly. That's the other reason.
Yeah.
That's time difference.
Like Frankie, I guess admittedly must be 16 or 13 in his flashback, whereas Nami and Nojiko are fucking 7 and 8 respectively, or something
and
like
you
that.
Can't make it. They don't want to learn. They just want to play.
No, I agree.
All right.
That feels good.
Feels good. What do we got next, Justin?
All right. Next is Koshiro. That's his name, right?
I believe it's Koshiro. Yes, I think we looked this up. And it was Koshiro.
Kuina's dad, not Tashigi's, allegedly. Kuina's dad. I feel like
I can already tell you where I want to put him. He absolutely needs work. You need to get your shit together, bro. I absolutely think he needs work.
I really have an opinion, mostly because I forgot he existed, but go on.
He let Kuina train in the sword, but do you remember what he said to her? He's like, since you're a woman, I'm sorry, you'll never be a proper swordsman.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. He's a bad fucking dad.
Yeah. He's not gone for Milk and Siggy's bad, but he's a definite you need work candidate. He very much just discounted her strictly because she was a female. And
because he came from a heritage that believes in certain things and gendered whatever thing. Blah, blah, blah. Fuck this guy. All right, no, you definitely need work, bud.
So often that she ingrained it into herself. She believed it after a while. She just, because when she's fighting Zoro at some point, right? She says she's jealous of him because he's a man and he'll always be better than he, because Zoro's like, you're great, you're amazing, you're 10 times better than I am. And she's like, yeah, but like one day you're going to be way better than me. And it's only because you're a man. And I'm really jealous of that. Like she believed it after a while.
Wanted to be a man because of like the way her dad treated her. And that sets me that makes me very upset.
That's
if I'm going to be honest.
Now the question is here: do we place him above, below?
I think he's at the bottom of You Need Work. If I'm going to be honest, I think he's bottom of You Need Work. I think he's even worse than Ovia. In fact, I know we said it earlier that we're not going to move on. I think this guy goes below You Need Work.
I will not put him in Gone for Milk and Siggy's tier.
No.
This is the proper bracket. We just need seating, and I don't know if he's worse than these two.
It depends on if you think, in Olvia's case, was her calling more and what she did for Robin good enough to make her better than this guy who essentially fostered his daughter, perfectly well, but essentially said for her entire life, you will never amount to what you actually want.
I don't think he's close enough for Gone and Milk and Siggy's, in my opinion, because he stayed still. However, yes, he was very abusive.
I think this is appropriately ranked. He is bottom of You Need Work. He's not breaking into the lower bracket, in my honest opinion, but I think I could agree with the opinion of him just putting an artificial ceiling on his daughter's life and expectations due to, tradition, if you will, was far more harmful than what Olvia and Roger did.
Yeah, I'm inclined to think the same at the end of the day, because also Roger and Olvia seem to harbor a lot more innate love for their child when it came down to it than this guy ever showed. I think that is an appropriate placement, actually.
All right, we stand by it. Justin, who's next?
All right. No one could have seen this coming unless you're me, Mattis, or Funky. Some of you may not even recognize this character because he's not in One Piece. It's Endeavor from My Hero Academia.
What are we doing?
Yeah, why is he here?
What meme did I just stumble into?
It's simple.
I don't know.
He's a meme in the sense of he's a trash can father, and that's where we're gonna put him.
Yeah, he's a garbage dad. What else did you want? He goes in the Full Metal Dog tier. He
does go into Full Metal Dog dad, guaranteed.
I don't know, because like the way they portrayed him in the anime, it looks like he's trying to be better now.
Okay, that is correct. They are trying to push a redemption arc. I don't want to hear that right now. We're putting him in the trash can. We're moving on.
Yeah, I know. He was a terrible fucking father for the vast majority of his kids' lives. So
he'll be working for eternity if he gets to live that long.
I would only be okay with if he's the top of dog tier because he is trying to better himself.
I can bend and put him atop of dog
because he's not trying to kill his kid anymore. I don't think he was ever in the first place.
What do you mean? He abused Shoto and his other kids so bad, bro?
He didn't try to kill him.
He got real close.
Actually, no, that's not. I'm being disingenuous. If anything, he nearly killed the mom after she poured the boiling water on his face because he was like, "You've damaged my masterpiece" or whatever. Which is like,
well, he also just
wild.
abused his wife and drove her to that state.
Yeah, like he's still a bad fucking dad,
right?
Am I putting him above these two?
But
I think he's in between. I don't know.
He's in between. I would agree. In between, not as bad as Chopper's dad.
I don't think so.
Chopper's dad tried to kill him.
I think Devin makes a point in the idea that he's recognized the faults he's made and is now attempting to be better. I think that ranks him above Outlook.
Listen, this man doesn't get to go to an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting, for 2 weeks and call himself, "Hey, look, I'm perfect,
reformed."
But he's not doing
reformed. He's not reformed. Nobody said he was reformed. But he's making the attempt to. He has recognized that
as compensation or compromise, I say top of dog dad.
That's fine. I'm not saying he. Okay. No. I'm not advocating for Milk and Siggy's here. He belongs in in Full Metal Dog Dad tier. I'm just saying he isn't as bad as Outlook.
All right, fuck it. We ball. I can agree with this. Throw him in the trash can. Let's move on.
I can sort of feel this. This is fine. Yeah, he's above.
But also,
wait,
what the fuck is he doing here?
Well, you
Go
know,
back to your own anime.
Yeah.
Go back to
What
your
are we
own
doing? What are we
fucking
doing
anime.
right now?
Your son needs you. Go away.
We're
Be a
making
better dad.
We've
we're making
baited
on our
content,
show.
Christian. This is what the
we've
people
baited
want.
we have baited the people. We have
All
actively
right.
lied. This is no longer a One Piece parents tier list. I
We
can't
only
believe
have-
I can't believe how evenly distributed this is right now.
We're doing pretty good, actually. Like this is going very well. We've got somebody in every category.
I feel like it's gonna start balancing out though.
It is. I mean, it's
We
balanced
are
right
scraping
now.
the bottom of the barrel of what we have
I
left
think
here.
it's gonna go unbalanced soon.
I see.
All right,
Well,
next
who's
on
up
docket,
next?
we got Axehand Morgan. He is he Helmeppo's dad, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Helmeppo's dad, correct.
I'm gonna be real. I don't remember him much in the realm of father figure.
I
This
remember
feels like-
as
this feels like another
vividly,
Full
and he
Metal
is a
Dog dad.
I
This
agree
is a
with
dog
that. I was
dad.
gonna throw him in the
Dog
trash
He's
anyway,
right
just so we can
above
move on.
Chopper's dad, in my opinion, because he actively put his son in harm's way.
Yeah, when at one point, like Helmeppo was like held hostage, and he like raised his hand. He's like, I don't give a fuck. I'll kill him too. It's like, wow, that's yeah. I totally agree. Between Outlook and Chopper's dad, 100%.
Mhm.
All right, next we have Kureha.
Needs work.
This has
Top
got to
of
be
I
a you need
agree.
work.
I agree. It's a
Because-
needs
You
work.
think?
She didn't want to, and she's kind of just there, and she's just there supplying the knowledge.
I don't.
If it wasn't
Yeah,
for
I think she
Hero
gives
Luck,
me like
she wouldn't give a
decent
shit.
mentor energy. Does not give me mom energy in any
Agreed.
meaningful way.
Wait a minute. Literally, anytime we see Kureha, thinking back on Chopper, literally the closing scene of Chopper leaving, she goes like, I hope you have a great time, my son. Like, she is 100% all in on being the adoptive mother. I can concede that it's like Dadan energy, where she just kind of like fell into it, didn't originally want it, but, after the demise of Hero Luck, she decided like, yeah, no, like this is what's going to happen. But I would even argue that she embraced it far better than Dadan did. I don't think it's worth, or I don't feel like it's genuine to put her in You Needs Work.
I agree. She is giving Dadan energy. She's really close to Dadan, in my opinion.
I think she's like a cut above Dadan. I would put her a good parent does their best just above Dadan, but below Zeph.
It kind of makes sense. I feel like when put up against Dadan, Kureha does rise to the occasion better than Dadan does.
Yeah.
I don't
I think he's
remember her
right.
actively going out to fight anyone though, like Dadan did though. Because
Well,
like
I
Dadan
mean, that
went out
doesn't
into
necessarily-
the fire to save him. Well, but when Chopper was, and then we're dealing with Waffle,
She
was just hanging back.
Well, hold on. She let Hero Luck do his thing because Hero Luck, as his dying wish, was like, "Hey, take care of my son," and she was like, "What the hell?" And then after he gave his life, and she saw that what Chopper tried to do to protect him, she made it very clear what he had actually done. And as soon as she realized that it's her job, whether she liked it or not, from her friend and cohort or whatever Hero Luck to father this reindeer or whatever, and make sure he actually knows what to do for the vast majority of his life, she has been a parental figure to him from the moment that she started being his mom.
But the only
I
point
would say.
where I'm purely basing this as off the like two moments, which is when Chopper was fighting or was helping, with the Wapple and like the actual like fighting. Dadan actually went and threw hands. I don't remember. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember her doing anything besides just being like having the resources.
That's just
to
not
teach him.
really. I feel like you're putting a bit of an arbitrary metric. I don't feel like you have to throw hands. Now, if like cards on the table back against the wall, there was nothing left but to like smack the shit out of Wapple. It was her and Chopper's unconscious or something. I get the feeling she would throw down. But in any moment we saw her, she didn't have to because either the straws were there or Chopper was beefy enough to handle it himself. The Hero Luck thing, she just kind of let him do his thing because she respected him enough to make his own fucking decisions.
But that's why I like Dadan more, is because she actively went out of her way to throw hands for the kids.
Well, hold on. She only threw hands with Blueberry Pie because Ace wouldn't leave. She was going to run away. She wanted nothing to do with the fight until Ace was like, "No, I'm not leaving." And then she thought to herself, "All right, well, like I can't like leave the kid behind, and I can't get
maybe I'm
shown up. I can't get shown up by an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old, whatever he was, who for having more guts than me. So she turns around and goes to fight with him. But she was absolutely going to run away before anything else.
I guess I am misremembering.
She wanted to run away with the kids. Like, she didn't want Ace to stay behind. The plan was to run away with Ace and Luffy. But when Ace didn't leave, then she was like, all right, that was her backs against the wall moment, like Brendan was saying. Like, at the end of the day, the Don went to bat for him, but only because there was basically no other option left. So I think Brendan's got a point. I think Kureha has paid more attention and been more of a figure in Chopper's life than the Don was in Ace and Luffy's, and so belongs in Good Parent.
Woo!
All right, we're moving on.
All right, moving on.
We got Hero Look, Angel on Earth.
All right, Angel on Earth.
he do be an angel. Okay, so but like where though?
I think it's gotta.
He's gotta be above
I think
Tom.
It's bottom.
I was
going to
say
correct the kid when he made poison.
Well,
A good parent would tell you, no, don't do that. This is why. He just went bottoms up.
It kind of depends on like what style of parenting do you think is most important in that situation? Like informing your kids when they made a mistake and how to correct themselves so they don't make it again in the future is definitely like very worthwhile as a parent. Simultaneously, he was like, my kid's not old enough to even understand the difference between what I'm telling him anyway.
You also got to remember what Chopper had to do to get the thing. Chopper went through hell for like a 7-year-old to get this mushroom that he thought was going to save Hero Luck's life. You remember what Chopper looked like when he walked back into the house? He had like broken legs. He hobbled into that house with this mushroom he thought was going to save Hero Luck's life.
In fact, now that I think about it,
he was completely crushed in body. If Hero Luck had said, "That's a poison mushroom, idiot, you're gonna kill me,"
Chopper would have done it in a nicer way. And he probably...
I can respect and appreciate the Hero Look school of parenting of like, damn, I really don't want to crush my son's spirit. And so, I just do this reckless thing so I can keep him in good spirits and not, crush his motivation to be a doctor or whatever. I don't think it's the play, though.
Can I throw a real wrench in this conversation? I think I want to get him out of Angels on Earth. I just remembered something.
Oh, no.
He did not ask Kureha to be Chopper's new mom until after he came back with the mushroom. He deadass forced his ass out on the street for the second time. Probably the most traumatic thing he's ever experienced, because now the second father figure he's had has kicked his poor ass out on the street. Instead of talking to him and explaining to him, hey, I'm going to die soon. I got shit to do. Kureha's going to watch after you from now on. He kind of dropped the ball, if I'm going to be honest.
Okay, I can agree with this. We're knocking him down a tier. Now, do we drop him to
I don't like
needs
these
work?
facts you're talking about.
I think he needs work.
No shot.
Surely that's too far.
No shot. He goes down to
He
work.
perfectly describes the situation, though.
He needs work.
I don't know.
Bad. He's not emotionally bad, but his parental style definitely needs work.
Yeah, like he's not scummy or anything like that. He is just, he needs some help. He needs some tutoring. He needs some coaching, if you will.
He needs a parent book or
I
something.
feel terrible to say this because he was such a good dad when he was being a dad, but he it's almost like he picked and chose his moments to be a father figure, and I don't vibe with that. You don't get to choose to stop being a dad, okay?
I think this is where he belongs.
I think this is where he belongs. Top of You Need Work.
Damn, I didn't think I was going to throw him that far down with
hurts.
that.
I agree. I did not think we would
feel
throw
like
him
this
down.
is
I
right,
think
though.
that's how the winds would change, but
I kind of feel like this is right, if I'm going to be honest.
I agree.
I top of You Needs Work. I'm sorry, audience. I'm sorry, everyone. I didn't mean to throw us this far down, but I do think in my heart of hearts, at the end of the day, this is, as a parent, this is where he belongs.
This is the way.
This is the way. Who is next?
We got Paggia. This is Conus's dad, aka Skypea dad. Literally, if you type in that phrase, you will see his face on Google Engine.
I'm gonna be real. I have no memory of this man.
I remember him. I remember him being
I vaguely remember him, and I remember him surviving a nuke at one point. That
is correct. That did happen. Yes,
I think I vaguely remember him selling out his daughter too.
I also remember this.
That also happened. Yes.
So like needs work.
He's in you needs work.
Yeah, that's a solid you need work category. I think
he's like below Roger, maybe, but like above Olvia.
I mean, outside
he's
of
above Roger.
If he sold out his daughter,
actually,
that's worse than neglecting.
Right, but like he was like down to be the okay. So hold on, I feel like we're actually, once we cross into Skypiea, things kind of go out the door. We need to like also put into perspective like spiritual culture narratives. Like
yes.
in their culture, it was just the thing to do. Like if you deviated from your lord, or in their case, their king, lord, whatever the fuck, that everyone just did it. Now, I don't think that's
excusable.
I don't know. I mean, I
think
can bend that our interpretation of what makes a good parent can be different than other cultures interpret. Like he was a dad. Like he wasn't like out here, leaving his kid behind for the most part.
But selling out your kid,
right? But even when she was taken, like the first thing he did was like go after her. He was like, "I'm going to go after her and save her."
I feel like he's got to be above Roger. I feel like
I agree.
I feel like he was what we're also like, he was a dad, but all the way up to this point, seemingly a perfectly fine one, maybe even a great one. We don't know. In this one moment of weakness, he gives up his daughter to give to
divine intervention for what he believes in that particular moment. In context.
to give up to their lord or whatever, but then immediately regrets it, and
he goes out of his way to rectify it.
So I feel like I think that this puts him in a you need work tier, just for this one moment, because it's a bad moment. It's a very bad moment in a parent's
history. You drop
history
the ball hard
when you don't go to bat for your child,
Yes.
So this is a solid you need work, I think.
I feel comfortable with this positioning.
Mm-hmm.
Below Hero Look, above Roger, maybe barely, whatever, doesn't matter. And still you needs work. He lived his whole life at like a C tier parenthood, and then he dropped down to an E tier one day, and then tried to pick his way back up to C tier.
Yeah, like he was seemingly a good parent for everything up to that point. She looked healthy. She's happy. She has a house, food, whatever. Good parent.
Cute little fox.
Up to that one cute, adorable little fox, Sky Fox. What was that thing's name again? Sue.
I think it was Sue or something like that.
Yeah.
Or like Chew, maybe?
No, Sue.
No, I think Sue is right.
I think Sue's right,
yeah. Anyway.
Who's next, Justin?
We
Seriously, who is
got,
that?
this is Roswald. He is the dad celestial dragon we saw in Sabaody.
So
this is a weird one.
So
like,
this is a
trash
tough
tier
pick.
human being, but dad? He
Maybe
can't be
not
that bad.
a dad.
I feel like
that's what
we
I'm
have
saying.
no real information on his parenting.
I mean, other than he's a very disconnected father, right? He doesn't actively harm his children. He's a trash human being
He's
for
there
certain.
for
His
children.
He's like there for his kids.
His kids are spoiled, but that's more of a cultural thing for like celestial dragons in general.
I'm like within the bounds of like who he is. I'm tempted to put him somewhere in You Need Work.
Oh boy.
I
don't
Am
like
I
it,
wild?
but I agree.
Same.
Right.
I feel
Within
like
the bounds
honest
of his parental fatherhood space, I don't like it, but he's like, you need work.
I agree with this. I feel like if I put him in You Needs Work, I would satisfy whatever demons I'm battling right now of just like not throwing him into the trash. Because I can at least say like, okay, good-ish dad. He just has spoiled kids. And, that's...
And himself is also spoiled.
And
Right.
also a piece of shit human being, but like
we have to remove that
Absolutely.
context,
Human being.
unfortunately.
I know it falls under the like he gave his kids the essentials, the means to survive.
If anything, he gave him more than
He gave
that.
him everything they could
Well,
possibly want to ask for.
Yeah.
That would lean more towards in the bad part. I would say is that
I
he
agree.
didn't. He gave them an excess of the things they need and want. But again, that that's the nature of who they are as celestial dragons. So not that it excuses, but man,
he
I
did
feel
go to bat
like
for his son when Luffy decked the shit out of him. He was like, "Yo, get that, everybody, get this guy."
I think he's above Kuroshu, but below Nico Olvia. That's where I choose to place him. Am I mistaken?
I feel
or
crazy
should he
for
be
even
higher?
dropping him this low, and it feels so bad.
I know. I it hurts me in my heart of hearts to have
Maybe
him
above Roger.
No shot. No.
I don't know if I disagree with that.
I
He also, I think it's like the same sort of situation with Paglia. He's provided for his kids. You know, he was a role model.
Here's
He
where
was there.
I'd argue he's even above Paglia, honestly.
Role model. No. I would not say role model because being a piece of shit human being, like coming from wealth and having this be your culture does not automatically designate you as someone who
Totally agree.
This doesn't excuse being a piece of shit. You can be rich and not be a piece of shit, like Cobra. So he did not. He is a garbage human being, and so his garbage human being qualities were passed down to his kids because that's what kids do. They learn from their parents. They learn mannerisms and behavioral patterns from their parents. So they are pieces of shit because he is a piece of shit. So
he's speaking a lot of facts. Hold on, I'm starting to feel like he belongs further down now.
He is. If we're gonna keep him in, you need work. There is no shot he is above Gold Roger or Nico.
Okay.
Maybe it's a toss up between whether or not you want to put him above the whatever that guy's name was, Zoro's not dad or not Zoro,
Kuroshiro or something like that.
Yeah,
Kuroshiro.
Sure. The leader of the dojo. It's a toss-up, in my opinion, whether you want to put him above or below that guy. But if we're going to keep him in You Need Work, he definitely doesn't go above Olvia. There's no way.
I guess, do we feel like passing on like objectively terrible traits is worse than telling your kid your dream is never going to happen?
No, personally, I don't think it's worse. I think what's this fucker's name? Hold on. It's bothering me that I don't remember it.
I think it's Koshiro.
I think Koshiro is somehow fumbling the ball hard enough to be better than the Celestial or worse than the Celestial Dragon.
For some reason, my brain keeps doing this, but I keep after hearing all these arguments of Koshiro, literally telling your kid the worst news on the planet and being harsh about it, I want to lower him.
I don't think he's that.
But he's not gone for milk and ciggies. He's just the bottom of the You Needs Work. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know because that's pretty fucked up.
It is.
I
don't think it's enough to drop him a peg.
And I hate to say this, but the number 2 guy in full metal, we have the My Hero guy in there, and I'm just seeing him like he was worse than that guy.
No, Endeavor is way worse than this kid. There's no shot.
No shot.
I wouldn't say he's any, because outside of what he said was bad, but outside of that, he still taught her sword fighting, and he still cared for his child. Outlook doesn't give a fuck about Sabo. He doesn't care.
Right.
He doesn't care. He adopted a whole other kid as
Thank
backup.
You for honing that mental block.
Yeah,
because I just keep seeing Endeavor there, and I'm like,
Endeavor tried to make a weapon.
Endeavor also worse. He exactly. He saw Shoto and most of his kids as nothing more than experiments. They were experiments. Shoto was just the one that worked. So he loved him, but because he was the perfect weapon that he created. I'm pretty sure that's the word he uses most of the time, is created.
He did say created.
Not like
raised,
this is my son, not
you.
Raised, not loved. There's no respect as his son there. He was like, this is a thing I made.
All right, let's get back to the Celestial Dragon, because that's what we're really torn.
I think
is passing bad traits onto your kids worse than on one specific case telling them that they cannot achieve something in their lives?
I think passing bad traits is worse.
I agree. I think that is worse too.
I think I can compromise on that. I think I can flip either one.
You can rectify one bad take. You can't rectify years and years of bad habits.
Generational bad habits.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can live with this. All right, next we have Calgutta. he has to be he's a bad dad. Like he's trying to
remember him.
No, hold on, wait.
No.
Wait.
No, hold on. What?
Wait, let me backtrack.
Okay.
I was
He's
gonna
definitely good parent,
Is
does
he?
their best, but he did okay. Now
he's trying
okay,
to
this is
sacrifice
the,
his daughter, and that's
Hold on.
where
No,
I'm
no, 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 no,
losing
no.
it.
You're okay, hold on. Because their culture's fucking stupid and they believe in Oonga Boonga. Yes. He put his daughter on the sacrificial platform so that they could appease the gods. He wasn't happy about it, mind you. He wasn't like advocating for it. She chose it and he was like, "Okay, I guess if you're willing to do this to save our people, I'm not going to stop you." So their culture sucks, 100%. He did not put his daughter on the execution platform for the like it wasn't his idea. It was her idea. He cared for his kids, and when he even talked to Montblog Nolan about it, he was like, "How you're just sacrificing lives for no fucking reason?" And he's like, "That's my daughter. You have no idea what you're talking about, you asshole." He cares. Did he do great? No, but I do think he does his best.
All right. Are we putting him in needs work or good parent, but like below Dadon?
He might be better than Dadon.
Oh, shot.
Below Dadon. I can settle for that.
I can give below Dadon.
Yes.
I don't, in the context of everyone else in You Need Work, like, Kirilluk does this, makes this mistake on multiple occasions, I suppose, with Chopper.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Calgara, again, kind of has this one moment.
Well, hold on. I think there's a big difference here, though. Kirilluk took the choice away from Chopper when he messed with him. Calgara always let his kids make the decisions and then went through it. That is a telltale sign of a parent that at least recognizes that their kids are allowed their own decision-making process as well.
Man,
I
it's starting to make me...
I like where he is.
That's fine for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Satisfied? Hello? Yes?
Yeah.
All right, go. We did it.
Yes.
Justin next.
Next is Usopp's mom. Her name was Bonchina.
Bonchina.
Bro, what did she do besides like be on her deathbed?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I don't even know, dude.
I don't gave
I feel
birth
like she
to
was a
Usopp.
decent parent.
She was there when Usopp wasn't. That's good, right? Surely that's good parenting.
Surely that puts her in good parent.
Her for her dying because of illness. I want to we don't really know.
How about
what if she was anti-masker though? We don't know.
Dude, stop. You're
too close to the sun. Too close to the sun.
Oh no!
I say she's good parent. Does her best above Kureha. How about that?
Works for me.
That yeah, I can live with that.
Behind Zeph, above Kureha. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, last and maybe least, I don't know. Porcus D. Rouge.
Certainly not least.
Ace's mom. Definitely good parent, does their best.
This has got to be an angel on earth, right? Like
I feel like it's very hard. It's like
she put her whole pregnancy.
Yeah, she like willed her pregnancy longer for her.
I feel like that's endangerment, though.
No, she did the opposite.
Versus him being executed by the government?
Yeah, like if she gave birth to the child and it was found out, like it would have the kid would have been killed on the spot.
Her, let's suspend our disbelief on the you could just force your pregnancy longer.
Right.
If every human can do that, let's pretend for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
She basically threw her body to the gauntlet and died for it so that Ace could survive.
She died straight after this. Like after she kept herself and the kid alive by sheer force of will, gave birth when it was safe enough, and like died straight after. On the birthing table, just died pretty much. If that's not some form of angel, that I don't know, man.
No, fair enough.
I think he's speaking a lot of facts.
He's speaking a lot of facts.
Is she a bigger angel or a lesser angel than Tom?
I think her sacrifice needs to be weighted more in her favor than Tom, so we can knock her up one peg.
Okay. Now she's up against Bellemere. Between her and I feel like they're very similar energy.
They're very similar.
Very, very similar energy here.
One simply got to live to be a mother. The other one did not get that opportunity. And so I think... I
think we leave her behind Bellemere.
I think we do that, and no fault of her own. That's just, the cards you were dealt. One got to be a mom, because they got to live long enough to be that, thing.
When you're in the diamond ranks, a difference of like 3 MMR makes all the difference.
You mean masters? Diamond's not the highest. You got masters, then you got grandmasters. We're in grandmasters right now.
When we're in grandmasters, the difference of 3 MMR makes all the difference.
Mm-hmm.
I think
right.
this is accurate. I think this is what we're at.
All right, we finished. So let's just recount. We're going to take a screenshot of this and give it to you guys on Twitter, Instagram, everything else.
This will be all over the place.
Before we do a video format.
Hopefully that goes well. We can do that for other stuff.
Let's
we'll see.
let me recant really quick. So to cap it all off, we have Angels on Earth in descending order: Whitebeard, Bellemere, Rouge, and Tom. Next, we have the Good Parent. They do their best. In descending order, we have Cobra, Zeph, Bonchina, Usopp's mom, Kureha, Dadan, and Kalgara. Next in the You Need Work category, in descending order, we have Hiroluk, Papagu. Sorry, what the fuck is his name again?
Pagia.
Pagia. I almost called him the starfish. I know. I almost called him the starfish. Sorry. In the You Need Work category, we have Hiroluk, Pagia, Goldie Roger, Nico Olvia, Koshiro, and
Roswald,
the Celestial Dragon. In the Gone for Milk and Siggy's category, we do have Dragon, Yasop, and Garp. And then finally, in the Full Metal Dog Dad category, in descending order, we have Endeavor, Outlook, Axan Morgan, and Chopper's dad, who is unnamed reindeer. He is so bottom of the barrel. He doesn't even have a name.
He never deserved a name, and Oda knew that.
You don't name villains like that.
They don't deserve the recognition.
They don't deserve the recognition.
All right.
Well, this is fun. I enjoyed this. This is actually more fun than I was expecting. We found some debates in there.
This is good because I remember for people, people behind the curtain kind of thing. You were mostly skeptical, I guess is the right word, of this.
Oh, I'm still skeptical. I'm sure this is going to sound like dog shit
You're
when it's
still
recording.
skeptical.
No.
Okay.
This is why I have the video format.
This is fine.
It doesn't salvageable.
The video format doesn't matter that much. I mean, it'll help, sure, but like, I feel like it's perfectly fine saying what tier we put people in after we described what the tiers mean.
I think this is a good segue. I was not a believer in this process. Justin was, Christian was. If you, the listeners, enjoyed our tier list in the audio-based space, please let us know that you like that, either on our Twitter or email or whatever things.
At Panda Sightings and pandasightings@gmail.com.
And if you didn't, if you hated this, also tell us and tell us why, because then we can change things. Failure is sometimes more valuable than success. So let us know if this is awful. I'm pretty sure it's not, but tell us your thoughts anyway.
I actually feel pretty confident on this.
I feel very good about this. I would do more tier lists. I would easily do more tier lists for different things. And we have ideas for more.
Funny enough, I personally do not like consuming tier list contents. And I think it's usually because the people I come across, they're always like single individuals. And like, I don't want to hear a dude talk for an hour and a half of his own opinion in that kind of capacity.
Communal tier lists are best tier lists.
Yes, I think our little, back and forth exchanging of thoughts, ideas, and opinions.
Because we were swayed quite a few times.
There were the Hiroluk one is definitely the one that
this tier list would look very different if Brendan had just sat here and did it himself the entire time.
Absolutely agree.
Hiroluk would be up in the Angels. Garp wouldn't be in Milk and Siggy's. Endeavor probably wouldn't be on this list.
Below Dragon, and I still stand by it. That is garbage to me, but I digress.
The Celestial Dragon probably wouldn't be in You Need Work. He would probably be lower.
Yeah.
All of these things are factors. And I think debate club tier lists are much more fun to consume than a tier list for like who's the best character to use in the solo lane in League of Legends. Like that's boring. I don't care. Just show me the final list and I'll use
Decipher it.
Yeah. I don't need to listen to someone speak for an hour and 45 minutes about why this character is good to use in the middle lane.
I also think a really helpful part is like the content we're working with, like the archetype of tier list we're trying to work on. I think we could easily have less fun if we had a different tier list where maybe we couldn't like give as many interesting thoughts or whatever.
I just can't wait for us to get introduced to more dads so we can adjust this in the future.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, actually.
Because we can keep this as it is for the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll revisit this maybe towards
you know what's going to happen? When we revisit this, we're going to be like, why the fuck do we have Roswell?
Absolutely. I can't wait. It's going to be great in like another 500 episodes when we look at this again. Because we won't look at this again until... Probably we're close to the end of One Piece.
Can't wait to be surprised by why the fuck is Endeavor in here.
I won't be. I'll have the same exact reaction. It'll be why the fuck is Endeavor here? I will, however, probably be saying who the hell are half these characters.
That is also very. I'm gonna forget Usopp's mom in.
I will forget Usopp's.
I'll never forget that.
I will forget Usopp's mom. I will forget the Celestial Dragon. I'll forget Rouge probably. I
might forget Kagura.
I'll easily forget Outlook. There's probably maybe that's it. But like
I definitely knew all these parents before we started, but like 3 of them we had to Google their names because I forgot the names.
Honestly, why is Kuina's dad even here? Like, let's be real. That man is
he's a dad.
Yeah, but like.
Are you trying to give a pass to the sword guy again? You got to stop, Justin.
Justin, stop huffing it.
Just because he raised Zoro doesn't mean anything.
Just because he's, trained Zoro and he's your favorite doesn't mean that we get to remove him off the list.
No.
He didn't even really train Zoro. Like, he did that stuff for him when he was a little kid, but then, like, Zoro went off and developed 3-sword style on his own anyway, so... What did he really do for Zoro anyway? What did he really do for him?
Taught him like all the fundamentals. Then Zoro was like, "Great, I'm going to do this with all 3 swords.
This is the pointy end.
Yeah,
don't touch them."
The kid, the what was her name again? Kuina,
right?
Yeah. Kuina did more for Zoro than this guy ever did. If you're asking me about it, they fought like 600 times. He lost every one of them, but again, failure is a better teacher than success most of the time. So, Anyway,
so we finished our tier list.
I'm gonna say this is the end. We've gone an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we had a plan to maybe do a rain question or a grab bag at the end of this, but we did a lot.
I even mailed the bag to you, Christian. So are you gonna hold on to that?
I'm gonna hold on to that for a rainy day.
Week.
For whatever it is that we do next week, because
we can bring that up right now. Me and Brendan were talking about it earlier. I guess we forgot to bring it up to you. We think next week is an appropriate time to do our first set of Space Dandy episodes.
Okay, good.
Right, but it'll probably not release on the One Piece podcast. It'll probably release on Panda View.
That would go up on Panda View, yes. So,
I suppose that would be a relevant announcement.
But also, if we record those next week, they might go up before this episode goes up anyway.
Yeah. So message to the people out there: either go listen to the Space Dandy eps if you're into that, or look forward to that. Either sometime in the near future or like 3 years from now when we really decide to get to
it. Find out next time. Will we actually watch them or will we not? Join us in on One Piece with a Lime.
I gotta go edit the sheet again.
Collects dust on Jordy's on Dylan's hard drive for.
The hard drive gets soaked in a fatal washing machine accident, all sorts of stuff.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that season again. I had some second guesses on the episodes that I told you guys to watch initially, and now that I've been afforded this opportunity to think them over again, I might change 1 or 2 of them.
Question: did we have 2 that you owed us now? Like you had 2 separate instances, correct?
Yes.
There were 2 separate instances, but isn't the second one tied to the bet that we still haven't finished yet?
No, that is correct.
I think he's right.
I think he's right. Yes,
we're going over.
That's over under. That's over under Grand Line, right?
Yes. So we have 1 Space Dandy to contribute, and then we will
write that down wrong.
Probably.
Hold on.
Who cares? That's what we're doing now anyway. Who the fuck? We're not going to scrub through all of our audio just to validate that every single fucking bet is being accurately
unless one of our listeners
satisfied.
Wants to do it.
Okay, stop.
Shout out to you, unpaid intern.
Shout out to all the unpaid interns in our Discord. If you become an unpaid intern, you get a fancy blue flare.
And if you become a paid intern, and by that we mean you pay us,
you get a red flare called a Patreon member.
You get a red flare.
Actually, maybe Justin's right. Maybe I did win the other bet for second set of Dandy episodes. But then what was the bet?
We
What
should
was the
honestly
bet
probably
for?
leave it like this.
What do you mean?
We should
Follow
leave
us
it
on
as-
Instagram and Twitter at Panda
yes.
Sightings. You could send us questions at pandasightings@gmail.com.
You're doing great.
If you'd like to financially support us, there's a link down below that you can click on to get to our link tree to find all our socials and everything, and send us money if you really love us.
Via Patreon.
I don't have a gun to my head. You have a gun to your head.
No,
It's
it
always
is.
about guns with
It is more Dandy episodes because the second set of Dandy episodes was tied to Ace living or dying,
Yeah.
and Ace died. So we watched more Dandy.
So we do have two Dandy things.
We do have two
satisfy.
sets of Dandy. The first set will be from season 1, and the second set will probably be all from season 2.
Works for me. We'll get there
But either
eventually.
way,
Somehow.
we'll get there eventually. Something will come out eventually. Stay Bandy related, and it'll be on PandaView. Bye.
Later.
Good night.
How do I press stop?
The big stop button. It's like 2 buttons to the left from the recording button.